bands coming out. mTw banning out Darkseer, Broodmother, and Brewmaster. And DM banning out Lycan, Furion, and Invoker. Now, last game we saw Brewmaster being left out of the pool, and he was first picked, and he absolutely destroyed.
Oh yeah, for which team picked him up?
Let's see, it was the team that won next. They had a nice little lineup. They had Invoker actually got completely left out of the pool, and I was wanting to talk about somebody about that. Invoker got completely left out, was not picked, and was banned in the second banning phase. It went through the full 3 picks. I was so surprised. I was like, that's crazy. Do you think that should ever really happen? I mean, isn't Invoker sort of... I mean, you always see him constantly banned. If he's not, he's usually picked up first pick. Do you think that like he should ever make it through the first set of phase, or is the metagame sort of changing? He's not really as godlike status as he is. Still good, but...
He definitely isn't as godlike status as he is. He's still an incredibly good hero. Don't get me wrong, he's really good. But if you don't have the players for it, and the other team doesn't have the players for it, you need a strong Invoker player, really. That's the key for Invoker. You need someone who's played the hero a ton, and yeah, can play it at a proficient level. When you're playing it at a pro level, it's much different than playing it at a simple matchmaking level. There's no in pro games, I always like to say that like you have a certain like couple second gap to like abuse your opponent's mistakes and stuff, and like you have to be fast enough to actually like abuse your opponent's mistakes. So if you aren't fast enough, Invoker really it plays a huge role in if you can't be fast enough as an Invoker, then you're basically not that good of a pick. I would rather have like another utility hero over him, like a Beastmaster or Enigma or something.
Now, real quick, we'll go over the picks. We saw Leshrac being picked up and followed up by Chen Enigma. And they've been doing this. They did this the first game. mTw, Leshrac, Chen Enigma. Those 3 pickups. Last time they had second pick, but still, same outcome. Just really heavy push squad. They didn't push as quickly as I expected them to, but they really dominated the game. And when they wanted to, their Chen farmed up quite a bit. He didn't actually push early towers. He just farmed up the jungle pretty much and got a fast mech and fast levels. And then it didn't really get to the point where they were at full strength to push the game. They just sort of ended it before that. Sorry, spoilers, but really it wasn't a very good game. Anyway.
Yeah.
Lich, though, was not picked up last time. We saw bans coming out. Queen of Pain, Enchantress being banned out. Beastmaster, Windrunner, and Witch Doctor being picked up by DevilMice, and they banned out Shadow Demon, Night Stalker. Witch Doctor, interesting pickup, as well as I wanted to get your input on Beastmaster. Is he... I see... Last game, we saw him picked up over Invoker. Is he, like, it seems like a couple different teams, just his map awareness and everything seems too good. Otherwise, he just kind of gets left out completely. What's Quantix Gaming's feel on Beastmaster? How good do you feel the hero is?
He's a great hero, for sure. Recently we played EG, and you could see that Beastmaster got banned versus us in the first phase. And we've been playing it a lot and stuff, and we really like the hero. We play well with it. Is he first pick worthy? I don't think so. It depends on what strategy you want to go for in the game. Like, usually when we have picked Beastmaster up, we have something specific in mind for picking him up. Like, perhaps we just need that mid-game roar, the attack speed aura to push the early towers. The attack speed aura can really like let you Roshan and push the early towers so fast. If you say you get like a pick off in like the bottom lane and you have like I don't know, let's say a lone druid and one or two other heroes, you can just push the tower with these with 2 levels in the attack speed aura. It's just really easy to push with attack speed aura because all the creeps get it too. So you're doing just it's like a free hyperstone for everyone on your team.
Right. Now, last time they had Shadow Demon, this time they picked up Lich, but other than that, this is the same lineup that I saw earlier from mTw. I mean, look at it. I mean, they've got Leshrac, Chen, Enigma, and Lone Druid. Just insane, the amount of potential push. And they didn't push as early, like I said earlier. They didn't push as early as I expected them to with that much, but they did buy their time. I mean, they are kind of squishy. They bought a lot of time for themselves. They took some tier 1 towers here and there, but they just farmed up really quickly, and then they got those sort of they got mech. They didn't need the pipe, I don't think. They didn't have a whole lot of magic damage, but we'll have to see how they do here. Morphling picked up by DM. What do you think? Well, Tidehunter is going to be their last pick. Tidehunter, man, he went all the way through 5th pick. I wanted to ask you about Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor hasn't really been in favor for quite a while. I don't think he's really been in favor as a sort of a top support hero. What do you feel about that? Him being picked up over heroes such as Venomancer, Vengeful Spirit, even like Shadow Demon and those kind of heroes. What do you think about Witch Doctor?
Well, I don't know why they picked it up this game. Maybe it's just the player preference. Like, maybe one of their players really likes to play Witch Doctor, and he really has his game down with Witch Doctor. He has an A game with Witch Doctor. But, I mean, you could look at it like he can he can bounce the cast between the bear and, of course he didn't pick it until then, but you can perma-stun the bear into this actual bear if you get a good stun off. And that's like at least 7 seconds of stun. You can stun the Chen creeps for 5 seconds with Witch Doctor as well, I think. His casks, when they bounce on the creeps. Let's see, creep stun duration, yeah, 5 seconds for Chen creeps. So he's quite a good counter to Chen, actually. But MCW, they have their lane set up to win a lot. I don't know what they're... Ooh. Oh, Syndran's on the Leshrac. But I was thinking that they were going to send the Enigma to mid line, but Syndran's not playing it. I still think they're going to do that, but I'm not completely sure. Their lanes are really... I don't know. I can't pin them down. Oops, sorry.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah. Last time, let's see. I'm trying to remember. I believe they had the Enigma mid, as you called. Like you said. And then I remember thinking, because I was like, what are they going to do here with these lanes? Because they had really funky lanes. And I was just... Because right off the bat, they had two potential junglers. And they also had, potential solos. They had, heroes like Lone Druid. Now, what do you think DM is going to be... Yes, much better. What do you think DM is going to do here for lanes? And same goes with mTw. I mean, I already knew what they did last time, which is they had Enigma middle, and then they had Chen in the jungle babysitting the Lone Druid, and then they had the support and Leshrac at top. But I don't know. What do you think the laning phase is going to go here?
Honestly, I'm kind of excited for it because I really have no idea what they're gonna do. Like, their lanes are very versatile in the fact that they can literally do anything with them. DM's lanes, I'm not sure what they're doing either, but I think they're gonna have Beastmaster mid, Windrunner bottom, and then they're gonna have Tri-Lane top with Morphling, Witch Doctor, and Tidehunter.
Right.
Yeah.
I always hate seeing Tidehunter. I mean, he works well, and it's how he started out, was a support hero. It's just, I think he's just so strong as sort of that farming Tidehunter, but we'll have to see. Hopefully it pays off. Hopefully they don't get too crushed or anything, and hopefully they win their lane hard enough and they do get ravaged early on. Lone Druid's built. Last time, I'll tell you, last time he went for Radiance. Now, I'm not sure if that was just because they're crushing so hard, but what are your thoughts? I felt that he was going to be going for that sort of tanky Lone Druid build, just because they have so many squishy pushers. Do you think he should go Radiance? What do you think his build's going to be here?
It really depends how well you're farming, because if you take control of the game and stuff, and you have map control, and you're the ones pressing the issue, not them, like pushing the towers, etc., then a lot of the time you don't really need to tank up all that much. With just your multi-form, you're really tanky already. And Radiance is definitely the best choice on a bear if you can farm it up. You generally don't want to get it if you're gonna get it past like 25 minutes though. You have to make like a judgment call earlier in the game, like 10 to 15 minutes in, saying like, hey, am I gonna get a Radiance or not? And like how's my farm looking? Am I getting free farm? If I am, the Radiance. If I'm not, then I can just talk to my other people that might have been going pipe and tell them that I'll go pipe or AC or something. I don't know. But generally, on Lone Druid, you pretty much always want a Radiance if you're farming well.
Okay.
Because it just makes the hero so much better. Cancels blinks, does that AoE magic damage that can chase people down. Just gives the bear much more output. So yeah.
Alright, well, hopefully we're going to see Mech being picked up on Chen. This time, though, they could definitely use a pipe. And who do you think, is that going to go? Do you think Enigma is going to go for that sort of typical fast blink, or because he's sort of a laning Enigma, especially if he's going to be middle, is he going to be going more team fight items? And do you think who should grab the pipe here? Because definitely someone needs to grab it.
If it's an Enigma middle, I play Enigma mid pretty frequently, and a lot of the time that we have this type of lineup on mTw's side, then I would definitely be getting a pipe, because Enigma farms so fast and he farms so well. You can pick up a pipe in like 16 minutes, 17 minutes, and really, they don't need a Git Dagger at all, because they're going to have that early mech and that early pipe, which means that J4, and they have the heroes to push the tower without actually committing to the tower. They have the Eidolons, they have Leshrac, Edict, they have Chen creeps, and they have the bear, which means they can push that tower without actually like committing to the tower at all. So they just go in with the wave, hit it a bit back, go in with the next wave, and then they'll take it down in 2 or 3 waves tops. So it's really not J4. It's really is this team called DM?
Yeah,
they're the ones that are gonna have to be like forcing the fights. I imagine mTw, once they get all their items, they're just gonna chip away the towers and take them down, and they aren't gonna be going for hero kills unless people get out of position and stuff, because they can just back up and let the enemy bring the fight to them. They're just looking to kill buildings, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, once they get that early goal, it'll be able to snowball a bit, because then they'll be able to pick up. If they push it early and they don't have those team fight items, you know, they'll be able to get them off of Tower Gold. Last time, though, they did wait for a while, and I think it was just because they were kind of squishy. They kind of needed Chen to be able to have the levels, first of all, to max out the number of creeps, get all 3, but also to be able to have Hand of God and Mech. It's just, this time it looks, DM's team is very, very scary when it comes to team fights. I mean, obviously, Tidehunter is great. Beastmaster being able to pick off a single hero, and Morphling can do some serious work early on. When it comes now, Morphling, I always have problems with Morphling, and I'm not sure if I've told you before. My biggest problem with Morphling is when he goes Lincolns. Obviously, whenever you go Lincolns, you want to be able to get it by like that 20-minute mark. You can't afford to get it later, really, just because then the use of it is just so much worse. But I really don't like Lincolns on Enigma, and that's because I feel like he really needs those 2 big items to really be able to start carrying, pretty much. What are your thoughts on Morphling? What should he pick up here? And Morphling versus Lone Druid, I'm presuming when it comes to, you know, 45-minute mark, that's when Morphling kind of takes over. I mean, obviously it's very farm dependent, but when it comes to late game, shouldn't Lone Druid win out just because he sort of has like 2 heroes with the bear?
No. Late game, Morphling definitely wins out.
Really?
Yeah. Well, in essence, what we have with Morphling is, first off, we have an agility carry that can convert all his stats to agility. So this Morphling, he's gonna have like, when he can, each agility gives a point. It gives a bit of armor. You know that, I'm sure.
Right,
So
right.
he's gonna have a huge armor amount late game, because he's gonna have like 1 strength. On top of that, Morphling Lone Druid isn't a hero that gets Manta style, so that makes Morphling harder to focus down by the Lone Druid. And on top of that, you say like he has 12 item slots, but Lone Druid's bear in the late game is really just it's a non-factor. It dies so easily to nukes, to right click. That's why you see everyone transferring items. So yeah, like
Right.
you can be like, oh well, they have 12 item slots. They have a bear and they have also the hero, but you really can't say that because the bear is he's a non-factor lately. You're just hoping to get a lucky root off before he dies and stuff, because you're going to be transferring all the items that you have to your hero. You're as a lone druid team, you're looking to end the game before you have within 2 items. You're looking to end the game within 2 items. You want to end the game right after you get like Radiance and or Assault Your Ass. Like, because any longer than that, and that's where like once you get your Radiance, pretty much Lone Druid is pretty much one of the strongest carries in the game for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'd say 5 to 10 minutes. Lone Druid is one of the best carries in the game, and not only that, he can force the towers down, which is huge because of the bear, of course. So yeah,
Okay.
you're
Yeah,
looking
I
to end
mean,
the
I guess
game
I've
after
never
those
really.
items.
I guess I've just always. I mean, it's been a while, obviously, since I played Dota 1, but I guess I just sort of carried that mentality. I know he's gotten like little nerfs here and there, and he's a little bit different, but I just always sort of carried that mentality that I sort of thought that because he had those sort of 12 item slots, but I don't know, maybe, yeah. I mean, everything you're saying makes a lot of sense. I guess I've never thought about it that before, especially with the bear. I mean, I didn't even think about that, but he really does become a non-factor, and it's, I mean, when you start passing over that radiance, I just sort of figured, I don't know, that's sort of late game. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, makes a lot of sense. Shotgun Morphling, should he go it here, or should he go for that sort of Manta style damage build?
Well, it's always in the build for a Morphling, the shotgun, because it just allows you to make the fight kind of 4 versus 5, and even then, it just does so much damage even to carry heroes that it's kind of it kind of makes him like one of the best carries in the game as well.
Okay,
But
there was
early
a game
game,
not too long ago where I saw him go where there was a Scotty Manta build. Now, when you say it's always in a build, like you're saying, if it's eventually he's always gonna get it.
yeah,
Okay.
it's in the like if you have 6 items of choice, it's definitely in there, just because of the sheer amount of damage it does all throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
Do
All
you
right.
know what this
Well,
pause is
I'm
for by
rapidly
any
running
chance?
out of questions. What was that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you know what this pause is for by any chance?
No, I have
I
no
assume
clue.
Funzy is
Saksha
AFK.
said 3 minutes. So we're waiting on Funzy apparently.
Nice, nice.
Um, what else? Double Midas build on Lone Druid. Is it viable?
4,000 gold. I swear that's the same price as a relic.
No lie, I saw that in a pub one time, and I was just like, "Why? What is happening here? Why are you doing that?" It was hilarious. But
Who's
no,
there?
definitely not viable. I'm here. Everyone's here.
I said it, Holy, for the win.
Oh, let's see. Knock jokes.
DR.
Oh dear. 1 minute. All right. I think I'm shot when it comes to questions now. Let's see if there's anything interesting in the chat going down. Nope. All boring stuff. Sorry guys. Oh, we don't have any
He's
control
about to be here
over
in
the
1 minute.
pause. Yeah. Should be done fairly soon. Wow, holy no. That was just lame. No more knock jokes or your mama jokes for you. See, that's where if we didn't have a delay, I would ask the chat for jokes. Real jokes, not holy jokes.
Oh god, holy, these jokes are killing me, man.
Oh, Jesus. Well, even though we waited around for like half an hour, 40 minutes, whoa, and then now we've got this epically long pause going down.
You know,
we
like,
still
the
have
time that
300
you've
viewers.
waited, the time that you've waited, I have a prediction this game is gonna end far less than the time that you've waited.
No, don't say that. No, no, I demand to see at least a 45-minute game. I do not want a 20-minute stomp from either side. That would just make me rage so hard.
They just gave away too many power heroes to mTw.
Really? You think it's that big of a disparage? The pick
I think that mTw is gonna take they're gonna take a lot of towers early.
Prepare for
And
battle.
we see Enigma going top lane apparently. And yeah, they just
Suicide
gave away.
lane anyway. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, double denies. That's gonna be obnoxious.
Yeah. They just gave away so much tower push.
So when it comes to turtling heroes, what would you have picked up here? I mean, obviously, Faking Face would be much different, but what are just a couple of key heroes that you would have liked to seen on the DevilMice team dead?
Yikes. I mean, it's really about not giving the heroes up and picking the heroes.
Okay, so better bans. You Lone Druid ban probably in the second banning phase.
Yeah,
30
or don't let
seconds to
him get
battle.
Chen second pick.
Okay.
That's really bad as well. Kabop's a great Chen too. He plays it all the time.
All right. Well, hopefully you're wrong, and we do see a good game. Oh, you're gonna.
Looks
you're
like
gonna
Cinderen's
call it.
going mid.
I'm gonna be so mad if it's a 15-minute stop. Yeah, Cinderen is gonna be going mid. Chen's gonna be doing the jungle at bottom, while
Battle begins.
Lone Druid is up against Suicide Lane Beastmaster, and I mean, really, this happened last time too. And Suicide Lane Beastmaster, he just gets outed. I mean, especially once he picks up an Orb of Venom on that Spirit Bear, he just keeps pushing Beastmaster out of lane over and over. If he's able to prevent that level 3, especially with the boar, like, it's great. So basically, you have a Suicide Lane who's being kept out of lane by one hero, pretty much. Do you think they should have changed up lane? Should they have their Beastmaster go top and the tri lane go bottom, or what do you think?
Their picks. I mean, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna see. Let's go over all that pause, and I didn't do this, and now we're gonna do it in the middle of the game, top to bottom, left to right. Let's see who's playing what. We got Cinderen on Leshrac in the middle, Funzy on Enigma, Sakshka on Lone Druid, Effing Mad on Lich, and Kabop on Chen. And then on the DevilMice team, we got We Just Stick on Witch Doctor, Procuro on Morphling, J4 on Windrunner, Bedbug on Beastmaster, and Faxtorque on the Tidehunter. And they're doing a little bit of they're pulling the easy camp right now. They're trying to get as much farm from this as possible, and I think it's pretty much the only thing they can do when you're talking about double denies. Stacking and pulling, having both of your supports pull is pretty much the only thing they can do. Unfortunately, it doesn't look, he never pulled it to the hard creep camp, and they didn't stack the other one, so unless they get a pull here, the double pull, it feels like they kind of wasted their pulls.
Yeah.
And then they missed the double pull, so that's even worse. So not only did they double denies, what's that?
They have Lich Enigma top. Yeah, that's not looking good for a tri lane safe lane.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. And then at bottom, I mean, Beastmaster, look at him. He's just delegating himself to guarding runes now. He picks up the regen. He doesn't leave it for Windrunner. And, I mean, I don't know. Couldn't they have run Windrunner, Suicide Lane, and Beastmaster middle? At least he would be able to get experience. Both of them would be able to get the experience. It obviously wouldn't be the best lane for Beastmaster, but couldn't they have done that? Wouldn't that have gone a little bit better than with the lanes right now?
Yeah, I think it would have. But Bear, once he gets that orb, he just it's really painful to any solo hero.
Oh.
So it's priority of like who you want farmed on your team, and they chose Windrunner.
All right. Well, again, this is going to be a very slow laning phase. It was the first time mTw ran this lineup, and it looks like it's going to be the exact same thing. Very, very slow. CS scores is pretty much the exciting thing that's going on. J4 is 9 and 8. He's doing a very good job denying 10 and 8 right now, while Sindarin's only 9 and 2. So he's doing a great job in middle. So that's paying off for them. Sakshka, of course, is 18 and 7 on his lone druid, while Beastmaster is 3 and 0. And the only silver lining to that is Morphling double denies. He doesn't really have a whole lot of CS either. He's 10 and 4 because of the double denies. He's just getting absolutely destroyed because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not only that, like one other support hero could leech as well. If like usually you have one person pulling like the big camp, the medium camp, and then you have one person like helping the Morphling out in lane. So they would be getting XP, but they aren't getting lane XP. Despite that, like Witch Doctor and Tide are both still level 3, and Morphling is level 3, and the Enigma and Lich are level 2. So they're doing much better experience-wise, far better than the top lane for mTw.
Yeah, they've got triple golems going on right now, but that was a nice job. They stacked that and pulled from the easy camp over there, so that was a nice job. So yeah, you're right, they're picking up a little bit more experience, doing a little bit better job than missing that double pull. That was kind of, you can't really have that happen when you're a support hero, and especially if, you know, you're going up against the double deny lane. Yeah, you just can't miss pulls like that because there's just so much experience, and a lot of experience you give up as well. They are doing decently, and they do smoke up, and we're gonna see a gank in middle. Oh, shackle shot! Great job. That's gonna lead the way. Sindarin gets slowed, and we're gonna see the cast coming out fairly shortly. And Sindarin is gonna go down here. Great job. J4 is just doing a really nice job. I mean, between CS in middle and then landing that shackle shot. Very well done. They're jumping on Morphling, doing a little bit of damage because he is solo now. They do realize that, but they're not going to be able to kill him by any means, just do a little bit of harassment. So the nice little turnaround for DevilMice. That first blood is going to be extremely helpful. It gives them a little bit of experience and a huge gold boost.
Yeah, first blood is huge in any game. A lot of people really underestimate how big it is. But 400 gold on any hero is just, it's huge. It can give big advantages. And on top of that, each kill is so important. Oh! Beastmaster getting entangled, going down Lone Druid bottom lane.
Poor guy. I mean, you just can't do anything against that lane. Once he gets that Orb of Venom and then boots as well before your hero gets boots, you're done for. Just entangle procs are eventually going to happen and you're done for. Up at top though, effing Matt is going to try and teleport away. The cask is not going to land in time. Wasn't able even to cast it. He just goes right back. I like that. He doesn't even go to the base. He just goes back to the tier 1 tower at top. They're going to continue their denying. J4 actually gets really low, down to 70 health from Sindarin. He's double damage. He's build. Interesting. You only get 1 level of Earth, which is, you know, sometimes you see that, but usually you see max Edict and then maxing Lightning Storm. He's maxing out Lightning Storm straight up. Is that just because he's up against Windrunner and that's the best way he can sort of harass Windrunner out of lane, or what's the idea here?
Well, as mid Leshrac, I think he's focusing on farming rather than pushing the tower fast. Like, in the safe lane, Leshrac's max Edict and stun a lot more because you can take that tower down so easily. But in mid, it's so easy to respond from both sides, and it's really easy to get ganked as well. So the range of laning is really helpful. And yeah, pretty much he's expecting to push towers later, is what he's saying with that.
Right.
He just wants his farm up right now.
And that matches up to what they did last time. Even though they had all this potential early pushing power. They waited for quite some time. Sindarin is going to go down once again. Maybe. Here goes the slow. No shackle shot available. He does throw a little bit of stun, but it's not going to last anything. There goes the cask, and they're trying to finish it off. There it goes. Nice job with that power shot. Picking up the kill. So again, the smoke up catches Sindarin out of lane in middle. And that's winning Windrunner the lane. I mean, he forced him back once with maxing out that Lightning Storm, just being able to harass Windrunner. But with those 2 kills, they're definitely turning things around quite a bit. I mean, top, obviously, they don't have the greatest amount of experience. They're both level 4, but so are the 2 supports, Tidehunter and Witch Doctor. They're both level 4 from their pulls and from the ganks that they're doing. Really, the only lane that they're really losing right now, horribly, obviously, is going to be that Beastmaster, and he might get dove here. Oh no, they decided to back up. Bear not strong enough, but still, at any point he can really try for that and force Beastmaster out of lane, especially now that he has a new fresh bear. And do you think they should be trying to gank bottom? When should they try and shut down this Lone Druid? Because obviously right now he's free farming away.
Well, they've used 2 smokes out of the 3 that they have. I think they need Roar. Once they get Roar, they're able to kill the Lone Druid. But even then, Chen is going to be like 6 very soon. He's 150 XP off. When he gets 6, it's going to be a bigger obstacle to kill the bear. But yeah, once Beastmaster gets Roar, I wouldn't be surprised to see a gank down there on the Lone Druid. And we see Chen smoking around bottom right now.
Poor guy. I mean, all they need, they only have the Centaur, which actually, never mind. They have the Centaur, who's going to be able to provide that melee stun, which is all they really need.
Oh.
He's going to be slowed, and there he goes. Bedbug. I mean, you can't say he's playing bad. It's just he's in a losing lane, and then got ganked by Smoked Chen. It's just, ideally, you don't want to die in that lane, but if you want any experience, you have to take some sort of risk in that lane. It's just so rough. And they're going to start taking down this tower with the 2 creeps from Chen, as well as the level 7 bear. Excuse me. They're going to easily take down this tower, and not really any response from DevilMice. They're not going to try and defend it. They might try and gank middle here. They're going to just try and straight up Jackal Shot. Not going to land. They're going to miss out on that kill. And they're really depending on it. Stun is going to go off. It misses, and now Sindarin's trying to turn around and fight. They might be able to pick up this kill. Missing the power shot. Completely robs him of that kill. That was a really big misstep. J4, who's been playing so well so far, has a little bit of a mistake there. Really rather unfortunate. As it looks like bottom's just going to keep pushing. And I don't know what was up with those mass pings.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a Morphling pinging. But yeah, they've completely controlled the lane top, the Lich and the Enigma. The Morphling's not having such a good time right now.
Yeah, I kind of expected him. I mean, obviously he wasn't getting very much CS, but I really wasn't expecting him to be staying out of experience range. But Enigma and Lich have gotten quite a bit amount of experience, and they're almost the same on par with Morphling when it comes to experience. I mean, Enigma, just that stun is so frustrating, and then Lich being able to spam nukes is just also rather irritating. But now Tidehunter and Witch Doctor are back at top, so hopefully they will be able to provide some sort of protection, maybe even hit a gank. mTw has been playing extremely passive in this lane, over and over, as well as they should. I mean, the double deny lane, they don't have to really do anything. So really there hasn't been any opportunities for the Tide or the Witch Doctor to try and get some sort of gank and maybe even a push on the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, this Windrunner just took down the tier 1 tower mid. And that was a great job by him. Taking the tower down faster than the Leshrac is always a nice feat.
I was about to say, that is rather interesting. I mean, he doesn't even have Focus Fire. I'm really surprised he was able to provide that much chip damage. But, I mean, that just goes to show, chip damage really pays off when it comes to the laning tip phase. Those little sort of things pay off. Let's go over gold right now. Is 3,000 in the lead for the Radiant. Between double denies and them having a jungler, it's obviously going to be very much in their favor. Same with the experience, about 2,000 lead.
You see how it spread the CSs from mTw. It's just shows their experience and what kind of lineup they're trying to run. They're just looking to get that type of an advantage, the experience and gold advantage.
Yeah, every single one of the heroes except for Lich obviously has about a 3.5x CS, if not more, and that's really well done. I mean, obviously Lich is gonna be the one person who has 0 CS, and they're perfectly okay with that. I mean, he's support hero. He's getting tickled. He hasn't died at all, so he already has boots. So it's not like he's terribly far behind. We have a counter in middle Darren. He's gonna go down here. Well, a couple more hits. He might be able to get out of range.
Oh
no,
my
he
gosh.
goes down. Thunderin falls. Nice little counter being laid out there. They already had that when he came over. I'm not sure if they saw him pick up the invis or what. They did have a ward, so I'm presuming they just saw him pick up that invis. So very well done by DevilMice. Well prepared in that regard. And it looks like maybe they're gonna try and cut around top. Tidehunter is not level 6, so I'm kind of surprised they're going to try for this, but J4, level 9 Windrunner, is going to go in. Morphling taking up a lot of damage, but he can do that. He's going to throw his waveform. Nice job hitting both heroes. Big black hole coming in, trying to stop him, but only grabs the Tidehunter, actually, so J4, they're just going to be able to clean this up. Funzy trying to teleport away. He gets mopped down by the Gush. J4 is not going to be able to finish off, though, and now Sindarin's in a good place. He might be able to pick off J4. J4 is going to have to pull some serious jukes, but no, he gets slowed, and he's going to go down purely to Edict. And, man, that was an interesting little fight. I mean, I call Black Hole, but really it only hit one person, the Tidehunter. But at the same time, they didn't really mob down a hero like I was expecting them to. Effing Mad was able to get in the trees, and Enigma lasted for quite a long time. Bottom is being pushed in now with triple, with the three newts coming out from Chen as well as Bear. What do you think? I mean, Tidehunter still is... Oh, he's level 6 now. This should be the time that they should gank, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a good time for them to gank, but they have like heroes healing and stuff because of the top fight. And Tide doesn't have that much mana. He only has mana for one spell, and there it is. They don't really have the damage right now to kill anyone. That's what I was saying with people healing.
Oh
God, he just
throwing the
scored the
ult
bear.
on the bear to save the Tidehunter. Well
Huge
played, but
chain.
it's going to turn around on them. And Bedbug goes down. Justick is trying to do what he can, but they get completely turned around on. 2 heroes go down for nothing. They didn't even... it's not like they were even close whatsoever to peeking out the kill. It's just Tidehunter chasing in for a long time and eventually popping his ultimate. They don't have any damage right now to be able to pop a hero like that, especially Lone Druid, who is level 11 and has, you know, 1700 health right now.
Yeah, and he's just picking up his relic on his Spirit Bear right now. Yeah, that allows him to get the tier 2 tower as well, and really mTw is just gonna snowball from this point, I think. They're taking over that ancient stack that the Beastmaster has been pulling the entire time. And that's a lot of gold. That's like 700, 800 gold, something like that.
I was about to say, that's a common strategy with Suicide Lane Beastmaster, being forced out lane, stacking the Ancients. Just, it seems like, especially with mTw pushing and going to be able to take control of the map, on top of that, they don't really have, I mean, unless they were just planning on team downing it, they don't really have a hero to be able to pop a stack of Ancients like that.
Oh boy. It was a lot more than 800 gold. Because he picked up his relic and he had 57 gold left over, and now this bear is at 1124. So it basically gave him his radiance in a minute. That's yeah.
And
that's huge for the bear.
This is the same as the first game, where mTw, I didn't really call how much of an advantage they had. I didn't really expect it. Saksha might go down here. It's really, really tanky. Nice little shackle shot. That's going to be able to add a lot of damage here. But with Chen heals coming out, he might be able to walk away. Oh, never mind. We have Justick coming in from behind with the cask, and he is going to go down. So nice little pickup there. So that was always awesome. So he's not going to be able to pick up the Radiance quite as fast, but still easily under 20 minutes. And we're going to see Middle Tower taking a lot of damage. We had Edict, level 4. And yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, they have... It seems like they played this strategy quite a bit. Effing Mad is actually in a little bit of trouble here. They might be able to pick off this. Shackle Shot doesn't latch, but with enough nukes to the cast, they throw the ultimate from Tidehunter just coming up, and now they're going to turn around on Funzy. Funzy does have an ultimate, but he's going to teleport away, and maybe... Oh, they don't.
Oh my gosh.
Barely missing out on that kill. Bottom, actually. No, it's actually just an invis Leshrac. Not chasing anything. Anyway, it seems like mTw has played this strategy quite a bit. I've heard from the chat, they've been practicing something like 8 hours a day. And it kind of shows because it seems like they have a very systematic approach to this. They definitely know they're slowly but surely building their advantage, and they're, like you said, they're getting pretty much farm on all their heroes except for Lich. And it seems like once they hit a certain marker, I'm not sure when that point is, they're just going to destroy the towers and the racks, and there's nothing really the other team can do about it. We're going to see Mech coming out. This little smoke gank might be something they can turn around. If they can prevent Lone Druid from once again not getting his Radiance, they're going to pop Kebab easily. And maybe they can stop Saksha from being able to teleport out. He's going to try and block with his bear. Nice job. He's going to just... There it is. Nice job.
Oh no, he can't be hitting the heroes. They have a hot in there now, so there's no chance of porting out.
I'm surprised he didn't try and teleport away. He is going to go down now. Really great job by DM, but I'm surprised he wasn't on cooldown.
Yeah, that was
I'm surprised. The moment he went down there, he could have teleported away.
Needed to port out instantly and get his bear in there to block to make sure he didn't get stunned. And he attacked the heroes, which he didn't vision before the hawk came in. So yeah, that was a big error by him. I think he would have made it if he ported for sure.
Well, two heroes go down, but they do pick up the tier 2 tower in middle. So once again, they're just widening that gold gap. Even though there are some nice ganks coming in from DevilMice, that gold gap is just growing and growing and growing. It's now at around approaching 10,000. We're probably going to see it 10,000 by the 20-minute mark, which is huge. I mean, this isn't... I get, like, just because it's... I don't know, it's 6 to 8 right now. They don't even have the kill advantage, but it just feels like this is sort of a systematic stomping thing. Morphling is going to try and get out. He's going to teleport away, but
oh no,
still had another stun up.
Yeah, he ported out with Malefice on him. He got stunned on the third tick.
Rather unfortunate, but it does mean he's going to come back and farm. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, even though like, it's not the typical stomp that we would see where there's a whole bunch of hero kills and they're taking over the map and everything. But 10,000 gold lead in 20 minutes is huge. And it's purely a farming. They're just purely farming away. And that's where all their advantage is coming from this. And it's really interesting to see. I really like it. It feels very practiced and systematic approach to a lineup.
Yeah. DM isn't completely out of this yet. They've been doing all the things they need to do to cut losses and stay in this. And they've been playing really well.
They do have very strong team fight orientated. I mean, with Ravage and Morphling be able to do some work. He's going for Yasha.
At all, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the problem. He got denied so much top. I would rather have just switched the lanes up right away. You can't have your light, your hope, getting denied that much.
Windrunner has a mech. Let's go over items real quick. Of course, we see Hood on Enigma. He is going to be going for that pipe, as you suggested. And we have Bloodstone already on Cinderin. And they're going to be able to take this tier 2 at top easily. There's nothing I think DM can really do about it. They're just going to try and trade towers. Bottom is going to go down tier 1 for a tier 2. Not the best trade, but I think the only real trade they can make right now, especially a fresh Radiance on mTw. And
yeah.
I like they did this last time. The bear got low, and I was like, oh, that stopped their
oh my
nice
gosh.
little shackle shot. J4. He running in now. Beastmaster does go off. They're gonna try and jump on Bunty. Bunty might go down before the ultimate from the black hole. He does. Nice power shot coming in. Now they might be able to finish off the Lich. He needs to get off his ultimate. There it goes, but he goes down. At least his ultimate is up. Saksha, look at him go. He's just crushing kids left and right. Pops a Windrunner. Now he's gonna go for the Tide Hunter and gonna be able to pick up that kill easily. The rest of the DM team just needs to be able to get out here, I feel. Bedbug is now the next one. Next victim of Saksha, and now Prokuro, he's going to try and get out, but it's not going to be enough. Cinderin's going to be able to hit the stun cast. It does go off with the maybe bounces. No, he does go down anyway. It feels like they picked up, you know, the nice little kill on Funzy, and then they had Lich. It feels like they should just all backed, because any team fights, they're not going to be able to pop Lone Druid. And,
well, they were very committed to that fight.
Yeah.
And you see Enigma and Tidehunter both bought out. Like, once you go in that deep, like, it's impossible to get out without losing collateral damage. So they were committed to that fight. And yeah, we saw Enigma and Tidehunter buy out, and no ultimates for Team 2. Side ultimate especially means that I think mTw is going to go and push Rex here for sure. Oh yeah, and they kill the Witch Doctor. Great entangle. Tidehunter's going to go down as well. So Roar on Cinderin. Send back.
Oh, good Chen teleport and good black hole. Both the big important heroes, Windrunner and Morphling, get caught out. And nice shackle shot. Again, J4 landed him like a boss, but they're still in serious trouble. Zaksha is behind, cleaning up heroes left and right. He won't even make it back to the fountain. He's just going to go down as well. Morphling, the only hero who lives. And they're going to be able to take Rax now. I mean, this was a bit faster than last time, but 22 minutes in, they're taking Rax. And DM, I mean, they did what they could, but there's just too much farm on them. On mTw, it's just, it feels like every which way they were just, it was just too much. They ganked, I mean, they ganked well. You know, by all means, they blew smokes and they got ganks on Cinderin in middle. They didn't gank Zaksha as much, but they did get you know, 2 kills on him later. It just feels like they just really, it was just a much better executed strategy by mTw, and no matter how well they executed it, it kind of felt like mTw was gonna win. J4 right in the middle of them with a nice little shackle shot. Tidehunter is gonna go down before his ultimate goes off. Oh man, and that's just crushing up. GG, well played, being called out by the Morphling. And mTw, you did call it. In under 25 minutes, the game is gonna be over.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much push, and it's really hard to stop them once they start, once they have the ball rolling. And yeah, it's just an experience of DM and the experience of mTw paying off. And mTw, I know they practice very hard every day. I see Cinderin stream on a lot when they're streaming. So well-deserved victory by mTw.
Absolutely. So that is going to be thrown. mTw winning another game of today. And yeah, earlier somebody asked me, you know, where do you rank mTw? And I was like, easily the top 10. I wasn't sure. Ghost2 Rankings puts them at number 10, but and then somebody told me they were practicing 8 hours a day, and I was like, well, that really, in my mind, that puts them sort of that top 5 area, you know, maybe 5th or 6th place, just because a lot of teams like EG, I think you and I were talking about, EG just doesn't really practice as much. I don't know if they changed that with Bulba or not, but
I think they're ramping it up lately.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna be it.